So my apprenticeship is the Digital Technology and Solutions degree apprenticeship. I specialised in data analysis, so that means that I went away and did university at the same time as working at Santander. My current job is a senior data analyst in financial crime. So I was on the scheme for 4 years, studying and working at the same time, and now I get to be a part of a team that works to make sure that we're safe. My favourite part about being an apprentice was the fact that I got to try lots of different things and join teams and find out what they were doing, and then 6 months later or 9 months later move to somewhere completely different. It gave me a really good perspective of what different teams around Santander were doing.
I think the biggest highlight for me was graduation. I think we spent 4 or so years all working towards something, all as a cohort, all as one big group. And so to kind of share that all together was like a real kind of special day for us, because we spent so long looking forward to it.
Personally, for me, the best part of this apprenticeship is the support that's available. So there's a lot of people here that are willing to help you take out time out of their daily routines to make sure you're getting support. Questions that you have are being answered as well. And yeah, I think it's really good because as an apprentice, you're here to basically learn. And you know, the best thing that you can have is support. So yeah, personally for me, that's the highlights of the whole apprenticeship program.
In my last team, I was a part of the unclaimed asset scheme. So this is where some customers have had bank accounts that they've not touched for over 15 years. And when that happens, we are actually obliged to send that over to the government. But we wanted to make sure we got some of that money back to the customers, as after all, it was their money. So I was able to reunite £3.7 million back with customers, and that's something I'm really, really proud of.
I did IT at college. I didn't go to university for it. I suppose my hobbies are a little bit technical, but I never learnt any specific programming languages to what I'd say a professional degree. Data science sounds very, very technical, so I was somewhat worried that I'd be one of the least technologically or programming savvy. If someone is worried that they're not technical enough but is interested in data science in general, I wouldn't let that dissuade them from applying. The apprenticeship will start you from the beginning as if you aren't at all technical and get you up to speed, as it were.
I'd say go for it. I think it's such a great opportunity that I know me and everyone else who's kind of gone down this path is so grateful that we chose, because of what it's kind of enabled us to do and the places it's led us to. So I'd highly recommend anyone kind of get involved as much as possible. I think that's kind of the point of an apprenticeship, is that no one's meant to come in as this perfect, fully trained, you're already this great, incredible developer or data engineer or whatever it may be. I think the apprenticeship is all about development, and it's about taking maybe some undeveloped skills that you may have and just building on them in a safe environment where everyone around you wants to support you.
So I think the apprentices that I've had experience with, it's their fluidity of thought. I think diverse kind of thinking, fresh thinking often because they've come from a different background, and there comes a kind of statement that you can kind of get set in your ways, and I think sometimes they can come in and break that kind of habit. But I also think it's their thirst for learning, their ambition, and also their tenacity. I like the fact that they come from different backgrounds and they've got different interests, and to watch them then blend in with a team of contractors, also other members of staff, but also that people have been with us a long time, and watching them thread those relationships together is where I think then you start to see all the ingredients that then make for a really successful team.
So it was a 4.5 year scheme for myself. So we did end up doing a degree apprenticeship. So we ended up working full time, but also had the opportunity to continue our education and complete a degree as well. We ended up doing 6-month and 9-month placements as well around the business, which was great because we got endless opportunities. So I've worked in corporate banking, I've worked in investments, I've worked in financial support, and I've also had some technical opportunities to work in our solutions architecture team, which essentially creates the strategic vision for the bank.
To help with career development of apprentices, we do provide outstanding support from other teams, and as well as the central apprenticeship team. that has guided us through the last 4 years, which has been absolutely phenomenal. We do provide lots of internal learning resources as well, which has been very instrumental to, I know, a lot of other apprentices' journey as well, including my own, as well as consistent reviews from line managers, so you know what you're working to improve and what steps you can do to continue to be better. And so all encompassing, it's just been a fantastic experience.
So when they join, the first thing we do is have that conversation, kind of loose coffee chat to understand more about who they are. I'm really passionate about finding out the individual person, but actually what makes them tick, what things are they interested in, what do they do outside of work. I think you have to understand the jigsaw puzzle of that person to then think about how you can make that work within your team. Finding out their ambitions, but also making sure that they sit in the here and now. And then we identify someone who's the right mentor for them, either technically or personally, depending on what we feel is needed. And we review that across the year. So there's plenty of opportunities to make sure that when they land, they feel that they're really onboarded into the ethos of the team. And then it gives them the opportunity to understand where they fit. Because I think if people understand where they fit, then they're motivated to do really well.